Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, guys? This is Joseph Conlon coming to you with your WWE Smackdown review for Friday, December 27, 2019. This week there was no AEW Dynamite episode because it was Christmas and they wanted the wrestlers to have off. Well respected, let them uh, be with their families for Christmas and don't rest their bodies, come back strong next week. So no Dynamite this week. So I didn't make a video this week, obviously for AEW Dynamite. And with that, I filled in Smackdown. So I do Smackdown review this week because Dynamite is canceled for the week. But I mean, Smackdown. Last episode of 2019. It went off on a high note with Daniel Bryan winning, but I mean, I personally, I wouldn't have had Daniel Bryan win that main event, and I'll tell you when I get there. But I mean the triple threat / singles match, I thought for the most part it was good, not great. I thought it was good. And that was really the only good thing on SmackDown tonight, man. I mean, a lot of bad things, of course, with watching SmackDown. I'm going to point them out to you as we go along. So that's that. And then we got obvious build to Royal Rumble, January 26th, I'm sure. Hopefully that's a good show. First pay-per-view for the main roster of the new year and the decade. So, and honestly, Royal Rumble is one of my favorite matches in all of WWE. So hopefully they get it right this year, like they did in 2018 when Shinsuke Nakamura won the Royal Rumble. I was there live. I lost my voice that night, and that was a great night. So hopefully we get a Rumble like that. Hopefully we get an entire show like that show in 2018. But we need good build first. So yeah. Before I start this review tonight, make sure you guys go check out this week's NXT review that I did. Triple H gives us a Christmas treat in Austin Theory versus Roderick Strong for the NXT North America Championship. Great match. I love Austin Theory, and I hope to see more of him in NXT. He's a great wrestler, and yeah. So I'm not gonna waste any more time, man. I wanna get this done. The show is absolutely awful tonight. Awful. The ridiculously booked Miz, Corbin, Bryan, Reigns throughout the entire night. I'm going to talk about that, and we're going to start it right now. So you got Daniel Bryan coming out for his triple threat match with Corbin and Miz. Corbin comes out next, and he cuts a promo. He's saying the basic stuff he said last week, saying Miz and Daniel Bryan are two great wrestlers, but they're two terrible fathers, and that they main evented WrestleMania for the WWE Championship, but tonight he will what's that? I can't remember. I think it's he'll defeat Daniel Bryan and Miz to go on to face the Fiend at the Royal Rumble because they need a real king to take down Bray Wyatt or something like that. I don't know. And then Roman Reigns, his theme music hit. The King Corbin's Stooges accidentally knocked the scepter down, and Corbin fell off the chair, yelling at the Stooges, "What are you doing? Why am I falling off? You made me fall off this chair." Tells him to go to the back, turns around, and he eats a right hand from Roman Reigns, and out goes Corbin. Just a waste of time, man. I mean, you couldn't have put a solid match in this spot. Instead, you gotta waste time with this. A feud that nobody cares about, and Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin. I mean, like it's like they didn't know what to do for 30 minutes of the show. So they decided to punish us and give us stuff between Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin that we know we hate, but they want more just for their own entertainment, just for an audience of one. Vince McMahon. Unreal. We come back from commercial break. Corbin's yelling. He said, "I'm not going back out there. I'm not going to be in this triple threat match because of the attack of Roman Reigns. This match better be postponed. Blah, blah, blah." Spoiler alert, it's not postponed. We get more ridiculous nonsense throughout the night. But let's move on. So the first match we got tonight is the New Day and Braun Strowman versus Cesaro, Shinsuke Nakamura, and I'm tired. That was my feeling during SmackDown. That yawn right there. Anyway, we had the New Day, Braun Strowman versus Cesaro, not Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn didn't even get in the match. I bet you they couldn't find anybody to be a third partner, so they had to put Sami Zayn in there just so it could be a 6-man tag. Whatever. At this point, I don't care. I really don't. So, for most of the match, you got Cesaro and you got Shinsuke beating down on Kofi until Braun gets the hot tag from Kofi and Big E gets in there before that. I just wanted to bring this up, man. I feel like ever since, I don't know. Feel like Shinsuke Nakamura came back on television this summer, won the Intercontinental Championship from Finn Balor. The Extreme Rules pay-per-view, I was there. Is it me, or does it feel like that Shinsuke Nakamura, he does the same stuff every single match? It's basic. At this point, it's what's it called? It's dull. It's not fun anymore. He just does the same stuff over and over again. The kicks to the corner and the knee vibration, which I don't mind at all. And he does that. He's got the opponent on the second rope. He slides underneath their rings and he gives them a suplex. He knees their stomach on the top rope. That jumping kick to the face. I feel like it's the same stuff over and over again with Nakamura, and I feel like he needs a change of offense. It's just my opinion. I'm not saying he's a terrible wrestler whatsoever. I'm just saying I'm seeing the same stuff between Nakamura every time he wrestles, and I just want to see some new stuff. That's all. I'm not complaining. I'm just stating my opinion. That's what I think about Nakamura and his offense. But Kofi gets the tags in Braun Strowman for the hot tag. Braun Strowman clearing house. Cesaro, Nakamura. He mentions this. He does this every match too. Braun Strowman does the same stuff every match, just like Nakamura. They remind you every match. Braun Strowman can run. Yeah, we know that's the only thing he can do. So he goes outside of the ring. He shoulder tackles Cesaro. He shoulder tackles Nakamura. He looks at Sami Zayn. He's chasing Sami Zayn. Oh, here I go again. And he eats a kick in the face from Shinsuke Nakamura. He gets him back into the ring. What was the next spot? I feel like it was Big E took out Cesaro. Nakamura had the pancake sheet. He was getting ready to hit Braun Strowman with it. Kofi takes it, hits the pancake sheet on Nakamura in the back of his head. Power slam. 1, 2, 3. The Braun Strowman and New Day get the victory over Nakamura, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn this evening. I mean, it got a good reaction from the crowd, which, I mean, I'm not surprised about. New Day are over. So, of course, the crowd is going to get a lot of pop for the New Day. But, I mean, typical WWE, man. Challenger pins the champion, whoever they're in a feud with. In this instance, Braun Strowman pins Shinsuke Nakamura and gets his team the victory. This most likely means that either at the Royal Rumble or on an episode of Smackdown, we'll get Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the Intercontinental Championship. If it was me, I would prefer doing it on an episode of Smackdown because you don't want to too many matches on the Royal Rumble match card with the 2 Rumble matches already. So why not just build this up for a few weeks, and then maybe that SmackDown before Rumble, or maybe SmackDown after the Rumble, whatever you want. Braun Strowman gets his shot at the Intercontinental Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. Whatever. That's what I would do. Next, we had Carmella versus Mandy Rose. Last week, Carmella defeated Sonya Deville, and Mandy said last week that she had some stuff to do, so she couldn't be at ringside with Sonya Deville, and then she was flirting with Otis. And then this week, Sonya is signing magazines, I think, or something. I'm not sure. And then Mandy comes up to Sonya and says, I have a match next against Carmella. Are you ready? She said, what do you mean, are you ready? You weren't out there last week for my match. I'm not going to be able to make it out there for your match either. So, tensions building maybe between Mandy and Sonya. Breaking up. I don't know, man. At this point, I don't really care about the tag team. I feel like Sonya Deville, she deserves so much more than what she's doing right now. She's seriously underrated in my opinion. Mandy Rose is getting much better in the ring. Carmella versus Mandy Rose. Typical offense for both. I don't remember the move sets they did. I just remember the finish. That's the important part. At the end, Carmella gives Mandy Rose a super kick. 1, 2, 3. Carmella gets a victory and has defeated Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose back-to-back weeks. So Carmella building her momentum for herself, which is something we rarely see now in the WWE. So that's good. What they should do is have her get some actual momentum. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going to be Carmella versus Bayley at the Rumble. Probably going to be Lacey Evans. What you could do, I think, is you could build momentum for Carmella, give her a good showing in the Rumble match, and then maybe in Elimination Chamber, maybe you can do Carmella versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. It's just my thoughts, man. Just my thoughts. But Carmella defeats Mandy Rose with a super kick. Then we have, quote unquote, the number 1 contender match, which is now Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. And this was rarely 2 minutes. They got a couple knee strikes in on each other. And then, what was it? I was scratching my head. King Corbin's Stooges came out, ruined the match, attacked Miz, attacked Bryan. Eventually, Miz hits a skull-crushing finale, and Bryan hits the running knee, and they're looking at each other like, who won? Who's going to the Royal Rumble? And then Corbin's backstage doing an interview. Caleb Braxton. And Caleb Braxton eventually says that Roman is out of the arena. He's gone. And Corbin says, alright, I could just have my triple threat match now with Bryan and Miz. So Bryan and Miz go to the back. They attack Corbin and the Stooges. And Corbin runs away. We get back from commercial break. And we back to square one with Miz, Corbin, and Bryan as your main event for the evening in the number one contender match. This was a waste of time, man. From the opening segment, 15 minutes, to this, why is this necessary? Why can't we just have the match? I don't get it. It's not complicated. You can put other talents in the 25 minutes. Heck, Shorty G was, my bad. That's so disrespectful. Chad Gable was not on the show tonight. You tell me you can't put Chad Gable in a match for like 12 minutes against somebody like, I don't know, Drew Gulak, even though he's been booked like a jobber. You can't have a good 12-minute match between Chad Gable and Drew Gulak to have them two go out there and show you what they can do. Instead, we get this nonsense. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Waste of time. Speaking of a waste of time, we had a moment of bliss with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, with Lacey Evans. That's what I was doing during this segment. Getting my pillow and taking a nap. Because I did not care at all about this. I'm going to be honest. For this and the next match. For this, I was on Twitter. I was reading Twitter during this interview. I heard a few words that Lacey said. She said that Sasha Banks crossed the line last week, messing with her daughter at ringside, and you don't mess with Lacey Evans' daughter. So Lacey Evans is going to go to the ring and fight Sasha and Bayley, and I don't know why, but she needed Dana Brooke to do it. But eventually, Dana Brooke, her entrance, her theme music comes on, and she's getting attacked by Sasha and Bayley. Lacey comes on top stage and attacks Sasha and Bayley to help Dana. And then we get this tag team match with Lacey Evans and Dana Brooke versus Sasha Banks and Bayley. You know what? You want to know what I did during this match? I fast forward to the end of the match because I did not care and I was not going to waste my time with this stuff. So I fast forward to the end of the match. Lacey Evans hits her moonsault. I gotta admit, I kind of like that moonsault. She does. Sasha Banks breaks up at 2. Lacey goes on the attack of Sasha Banks. Bayley tags in Banks. Dana Brooke tags herself in for some reason and jumps off the apron. So Lacey is brawling with Sasha and Bayley. I think Lacey takes out Bayley. Dana Brooke comes in, tries to roll up Sasha. Sasha kicks out at 2, puts her in the Banks statement, and Dana Brooke taps out in about 15 seconds. Sasha Banks and Bayley get the victory, and it looks like that we're heading for, I think, I'm pretty sure most of my friends think the same thing, Lacey Evans versus Bayley at the Royal Rumble. And I swear to God, if WWE actually thinks that us fans are going to cheer for Lacey Evans over Bayley, they've got something coming for them. Because, first of all, I cannot stand Lacey Evans as a babyface. She is much better as a heel. She's not a really good heel, but she's passable, in my opinion. As a babyface, no way. She's terrible as a babyface. As a heel, I'll give it a pass. That's me being generous too. And then we had our main event. Finally, we had The Miz, Baron Corbin, and Daniel Bryan. Winner faces The Fiend at the Royal Rumble for the Universal Championship. How many times did we have to hear Michael Cole say that tonight? The winner of this triple threat match is going to face The Fiend for the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble. Yeah. Anyway, talk about the match. Not me talking nonsense. I thought up until... Well, I'll go for the first part of the match and the second part of the match. I thought the first part of the match with Corbin in it, I thought it was alright. Some solid in-ring action with Bryan doing his knee to the corner, and then Miz doing his jumping knee to the corner, and then they alternated, and then Corbin pushed Bryan away, and then Corbin gave Miz a deep six, and Miz kicked out at 2, and then, wait, was that when, I don't remember. I think it was when, did Corbin hit the end of days on Miz, or did he hit a deep six? I'm not sure, but I think it was a deep six. I'm going to go for the deep six. So, Corbin does hit the deep six on the Miz. Referee counts 2. Miz doesn't kick out. Corbin gets dragged to the outside of the ring. And it's Roman Reigns. What a surprise. What a freaking surprise. Dolph Ziggler's out there too. Roman Reigns gives Dolph Ziggler a Superman punch. He's brawling with Corbin. And they go to commercial. And they say when they come back from commercial that Corbin has been chased out of this arena by Roman Reigns. So it's now a one-on-one match between The Miz and Daniel Bryan. And this what I thought was the really good part. I thought this was really good. Solid 10 minutes between Miz and Bryan, giving it all they got for a match for the Universal Championship against The Fiend. And I'm just going to go to the end. At the end, I think Miz hits a skull-crushing finale. Bryan kicks out at 2. And then Daniel Bryan puts in the yes lock. And eventually Miz tapped out. So Daniel Bryan is going to the Royal Rumble to face The Fiend for the Universal Championship. And at the beginning of this review, I said that I would have booked this a different way, and I would have had The Miz win this match, because if you really want to do a long-term storyline, really Daniel Bryan could have lost this match. Use this as motivation to go to the Royal Rumble match, win the Rumble match, face The Fiend for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania, and him be the one to defeat The Fiend and take home the Universal Championship. But we're getting Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, for the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble. At the end of this, Bray Wyatt comes onto the screen. He says, "Congratulations, well deserved. It's going to be so much fun, but I'm sure he has unfinished business with you." A couple clips of The Fiend, lights come back on. Daniel Bryan's in the ring. Yes, 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 chance. So, we're getting Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, at the Royal Rumble. 6 years in the making, folks. 6 years in the making from their last Rumble match that they had in 2014 when Daniel Bryan turned on the Wyatt family. We're getting it again here at the Royal Rumble this year in Houston, Texas, between Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt. I think it should be really good. And I'm excited for the build to the Rumble match. I hope it's good as well. But I'm going to close it right there for the night, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this SmackDown review. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. January is going to be an absolute crazy month. Next week is going to be crazy. Never mind January. Next week is going to be super crazy. I got Wrestle Kingdom predictions I'm going to do for New Japan. AEW Dynamite comes back next week, so I'm going to do a review for Dynamite on Wednesday night. And I'm going to do reviews for Wrestle Kingdom's Night 1 on Saturday and Night 2 on Sunday. It should be a really fun week right here on the Big Fight Field channel. So make sure you guys subscribe before next week's great content. Like this video with a super kick. Comment down below what you thought of tonight's SmackDown Live and your thoughts on Daniel Bryan going to the Royal Rumble to face the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, for the Universal Championship. Share this video on Twitter or with your wrestling friends. Follow me on Twitter at Joseph Conlon. I believe I'm at like 835 followers. I would never think by the end of this year I would have almost 1,000 followers, which is crazy. So thank you guys so much for that. Make sure you guys go follow my best friend Eddie Mullen on Twitter. He's at like 70 followers on Twitter. So let's get him to about 100 followers on Twitter before, I would say, Wrestle Kingdom, maybe. That's the goal. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it. Thank you for tuning in to this video, and I will see you guys in Sunday's video. Have a great night. Ciao.